Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the third edition of the Motivational Speaking Contest. My name is Harry Sardinas, and I am a public speaking, empowerment, and leadership coach. And I'm very happy to host this amazing Motivational Speaking Contest, the third day of our third edition. Yes, so I wish the best to all the contestants. And I want to welcome to the stage my co-host for the evening tonight. Welcome to the stage, Lily.
Good evening and welcome to Speakers Are Leaders Motivational Speaking Contest. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you to the judges. Thank you to the participants. And thank you to all of you. Now, tonight we have two amazing contestants who are participating in this contest that has the objective to inspire, motivate you, and give you that extra oomph that you need in order to take your business and your life to the next level, so you can be motivated, inspired, and have everything that you need to do exactly that. And the rules tonight are: be kind, comment, like, and share if you like what you're hearing, so that more people can have access to the amazing message that these speakers have prepared to inspire you. Every single speaker is going to speak for 15 minutes, and if they go over time, they are going to be disqualified. And after they speak, you, the audience, is going to have the opportunity to vote for your favorite speaker. So be sure to watch until the end. And regardless of whether you are participating or not, you will benefit from hearing these amazing speeches that these speakers have prepared, because they are here at the right time and the right place exactly for you. And regardless of whether you as a participant are winning or not, the most important thing is that you participate, because every single time that you speak, you will go to the next level, and you will still have the opportunity to be booked around the world like many of our speakers have had the opportunity to do. And my name is Lily Patrescu, and I'm a book publisher and personal branding coach, and I can help you to create books that transform the world, and the books that help you enhance your personal brand and help you to attract more business, get you invited to be featured in the media, and to meet multimillionaires, and to attract a lot more business to you. And before we introduce the amazing speakers tonight, I'm going to pass the virtual stage back to Harry Sardinas, who is going to introduce the high-profile judges we have tonight.
Thank you very much, Lily. And before we introduce the judges, we need to play the wheel of name to see what the contestants are going to be speaking first. So if Miles, if you can roll the wheel, we will know which one is speaking first. So drums roll, who's gonna be first one? Who's gonna be first one? And the first one is Bella. So Bella is going to be the first speaker today, and the second one is going to be Nick. And before we bring the first speaker to the stage today, I really want to introduce our great panel of judges today. And the first judge that I want to introduce today is Tia Grant. Like I always share with you, she gave me and Lily one of the greatest opportunity in my life, in my speaking career, which was this amazing Les Brown event that she organized 2 years ago. That was not even one of the best events that year, but also in the history of United Kingdom. I don't say this. Veronica Tan, one of the founder of Success Resources, was in that event and give us also very positive feedback. So I'm looking forward, Tia, to organize these huge events again with thousands of people. And here we receive you always with a lot of love and with a lot of gratefulness for not for what you do for the speakers all over the world, but what you represent in terms of the voice of people like me, like Lily, and the new speakers to come, right? So it's our duty to create frameworks to give a space to the new speakers to grow. So thank you so much. So welcome to the stage to introduce herself, the amazing Atia.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to this great event. You heard me yesterday, so I won't go into too much. My name is Althea Grant. I am a lawyer here in the UK. I am an event organizer, a motivational speaker. I belong to the Les Brown Platinum speakers group of speakers that are around the world. I've spoken around the world, including Europe, South Africa, Caribbean, of course, UK, where I live. Currently, I do work as a solicitor. I also have a mission. And so I've established an organization called 50/50 Voices, where my mission really is that there should be more equality on the stage, motivational stage, both in terms of races and sex, that there should be more women. Women make up most of the audiences, and yet we would hardly see, say, 10% most times of the stage being women speakers. And I think that all of us, whatever our race, our creed, our color, we all have something to offer and can motivate others. I don't care how poor you are a motivator. If you have children and you're raising them properly, you're a motivator. And so my aim in life, and it is Harry's aim and Lily's aim and the aim of all the other judges here today, that the speaking world is opened up to people for whom it has not traditionally been all access. And this event and events like these, but Harry has dedicated himself to this, to not just help people to learn how to communicate with a bigger audience, but that he has dedicated himself to create a stage for people. Many people, you go to their speaker training courses, that's the end of it. He has created an event like this to give his speakers a chance. And I really love his dedication. I love his focus. And most of all, I love that he is a man of his word and he's a man of integrity. Lily is just, she's not just his partner. I think she's his right hand, and they go together so well in what they would like to achieve. So I would encourage you to share, 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 so many people get the opportunity to see these great speakers and to partake in what they have to offer. And I can't wait for when we are able to do live events again. Les Brown would like to do that. Also, he would like to do much more online. And we're all lined up for those things. But right now, today is where we're at. And I cannot wait for the two speakers, Bella and Nick, tonight, because if last night was anything to go by, my goodness, we're in for a treat. So thank you for the opportunity again. Thank you, team. Thank you, other judges. And let's go. Thank you.
Woo!
Over and out.
Thank you so much, Atia, for your lovely words. Really, really, really appreciate. And now let's introduce our fellow broadcaster, Juliet, one of our most powerful, not only motivational speakers, but also she's starting now to promote events, and even she find a paid event for me and Lily. So if she can do it for me and Lily, she can do it for other speakers too. So thank you so much, Juliet, for the big work that you do, right, in terms of including diversity. This is something here in United Kingdom that we have to push forward to make sure that everybody has equal opportunity. and for your amazing smile and power, and a role model for our speakers. So welcome to the stage, Juliet.
Indeed, we are fired up. I tell you what, Harry and Lily, thank you so much for organizing this third edition of Speakers a Leader, and I'm absolutely delighted to be one of your panel of judges. You know, I just first of all want to say it's been powerful over the last first and the second, and today being the final day, I just want to first of all wish Nick, Ronald, and Beata Gorsika, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but I tell you what, I'm absolutely delighted to be here today. I am absolutely fired up. My name is Juliet Mahapila, as you've heard, and of course, I'm the African Wonder Woman, and I'm absolutely to be, once again, I feel so overwhelmed being one of your judges with Althea, who is one of the best judges across the whole world as well. People mates, let me just whisper a little bit there. She works with Les Brown, you know, and you know, just knowing that if people know who Les Brown is, they will know this is not just any other platform. This is called Speakers Are Leaders. And to be here, to be empowered by Lily, is absolutely, you know, one of the most wonderful things. I'm a community transformer, I'm a social impactor, I'm a change maker, and of course, I love to motivate greatness in people. For those who don't know me, I also wear many hats, let me put it that way. In United Kingdom, I've also bid for a seat in the past, as the politicians, as people might say, but I don't keep that in the public. I just love people to love me for who I am. I'm, of course, your one and only African Wonder Woman, and I love and I help people to find greatness in themselves, to find their sense of purpose. And just like Althea, I am the diversity and inclusion officer around London for the Lead Teams, and I love to promote inclusion right down at the heart of every place in London. Here today, I just want to say it is amazing. If people are watching out there, if you haven't been into this program, please, the next one is coming up soon in October. Let me tell you something. Be fired up. Back to you, Harry. Lovely to be here tonight. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Julia, with this smile and this power. Yes, and now today is Sunday, we are moving forward. And the third member of judges, of the panel of judges that I want to introduce is actually someone that have been master of ceremonies from this program, Speakers and Leaders Club, for over a year. And not also that, she's former winner of one of these same contests that happened in our first or second edition, I don't remember well, but I want to introduce yourself, one of the greatest speakers that has been with us in this club, and her name is Beata, and it's a pleasure to have you here, and it's a pleasure it's fun to tell you thank you for all the job that you have done behind the scenes in the Speakers and Leaders organization with the Master of Ceremony in our club, and also supporting our team even now today as judge. So thank you so much. A pleasure to have you here. So welcome to the stage.
Welcome, welcome, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and thank you so much for this beautiful introduction, Harry. It is my great pleasure to be able to be here with you today. Thank you so much for this amazing opportunity to be able to share this space with you. I am so excited for the speakers today, And may I just say, it has been such an amazing journey. The day I said yes to Harry and the day I said yes to Speakers Are Leaders over a year and a half ago, it has been really, truly at the beginning of a new journey for me. I never actually thought that I could be a speaker. I was afraid to be heard. I was afraid to speak my voice. And what the amazing organization Speakers Are Leaders have managed to do for me is to actually allow me find my voice, allow me practice and be out there vulnerable, truly myself. And for that, I am truly, truly grateful to Harry and Lily. I have since just completely grown into a completely different kind of, speaker and a coach. I have been a mindset and confidence coach for over 10 years, and I have done a lot of things, but really last year has truly marked the beginning of a journey for me. And I am so, so excited for the speakers today, Bella and Nick. You are going to be amazing. Good luck for today. And yes, I am excited to be a part of this program today. So let's do it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Beata, for your words. And yes, we can certify that Beata has become one of the greatest speakers that ever has passed to this training. I agree with you that you have grown completely in the last year, right? And this courage and confidence that you are as a coach also has been definitely transmit in the screens online and offline. And proof of that is all the events that Beata have been doing, speaking all over the world, from Singapore in our platform and in other platforms. So well done, Beata. We congratulate you. You have become a really, actually a professional speaker that you can call and say, can you speak for my event? And you know that the level of performance and professionalism over there is what we're expecting from our speaker that has been training this platform, right? So thank you so much for joining us. And today you have new role as judge. Who's gonna thought that Beata is gonna be the first Josh graduated from the club, right? So the only one so far graduated from the club that has been as joining as a panel of judges, right? So there are one thing before I pass Lily, there is one amazing thing that our two contestants have today, and this is that both of them are great influencers. And when I'm talking about that, I'm talking because Bella in her YouTube channel, she has over 5,500 people, and Nick in his YouTube channel has over 3,500 people. So give it or take, be combine both of them, they have almost over close to 10,000 people together. And I know that this is a huge level of influencing, because I opened my YouTube channel 2 months ago and I'm suffering to get until 1,000 subscribers. So if you're watching, go to Speakers Are Leaders Motivation YouTube and please subscribe. We really need you because we're struggling for 2 months and still we're not getting to 100 subscribers. I think that today is around 900. So the point that I'm trying to make is when you start to impact the community and online, this YouTube channel is your second stage. Something that I was discussing with Atia, with Juliet, with all of you, right? So this situation that this world had put us today, we realized that as a speaker, we have a new platform that we didn't know before, right? We only knew how to do live things. And Atia, when he was in my house, she was sharing with me and said, Harry, for me to do an event and put 2,000 people in a theater is easy. Now, this online thing is new for all of us, right? So as a result, we have discovered that, yes, as a speaker, we need to develop our own online stage. And this is something that Bella and Nick, they have been doing very good. They've been working really hard. I'm witness of it, because otherwise you don't reach this result, right? It's extremely, this YouTube is the most competitive social media in this planet. So get a level of following and people that actually support your work and follow you and support you in whatever you're doing. So my respect for both contestants today, for all the hard work that they're doing in, especially in YouTube in the platform, because I'm aware of it, because I started 2 months ago, and it's tough, this YouTube thing. It's hard to grow the audience that you already have achieved, right? So it takes, to succeed in YouTube, it takes hard work. It's the only way that you succeed in that platform. Yeah, it takes hard work, but eventually you get the results. Okay. So saying that, I'm going to introduce to the stage Lily, that is going to introduce our first contestant today. So welcome to the stage.
Introduce the following two contestants. Harry, there is also Professor Chris Imafidon, who you can introduce. He has just managed to connect under a iPhone.
Okay. Professor Chris, are you around there? Hello? Is he can... Hello, Professor Chris?
Hello, how are you?
Great. Thank you. Thank you to have you here.
Sorry, but my technicality, I'm switching from one device to the other.
Okay, excellent. Nice, nice that you're there. So keep listening, and then we will hear your feedback after the contestants finish the training.
Okay, sorry about this.
Excellent. Okay, Lily, are you ready? Okay, so you can introduce our first contestant for today.
Okay, perfect. So the first contestant is not only beautiful, but her name means beautiful in several languages. Her name is Bella, and she's a transformational coach, YouTube influencer, and she has a magic that you simply must hear. This is her very first speech. She's a brand new member of Speakers Are Leaders. So I cannot wait to hear her very first speech. And I know she will delight you because she has magic inside her. So let's give her a big round of applause.
Hello and welcome to this wonderful event. I'm really excited to be here today, and I would like to thank each and every single one of you for joining us today. I would like to give special thanks to Lily and Harry for organizing this amazing event. I would like to thank our judges for being here with us today, and I would also like to thank the audience. So let me ask you something. Who is actually driving your car? Meaning, who is driving your life? Is your partner, your parents, your friends, or it's you? And if you are the one driving your life, are you in the driver's seat or the passenger seat? Signifying that a certain version of you is behind the wheel. But do you know which one? Is the best version of yourself driving your life, or the version of yourself that carries all your fears, frustrations, insecurities, and regrets? My name is Bella. I'm a mindset coach and a master neuro-linguistic programming practitioner, and I'm going to help you shift the only domino piece that truly matters, your mindset. Today, we are going to tackle a very interesting topic, and I'm going to share with you the 3 main steps that will allow you to focus on yourself and only yourself without feeling guilt, shame, or unworthiness. But before we get started, let me share with you an extremely powerful story. A couple of years ago, a teacher began a seminar of 35 students by showing the students a crisp bill of $100. And he asked his students, does anyone want it? And all 35 students nodded. The teacher said, one of you is gonna receive this bill, but first, and then he proceeded to crumble the bill up. After that, he showed it again to his students. And he said, does anyone want it now? And 35 hands were raised in the air. Further on, the teacher put the bill on the floor and stamped all over it. And he asked again his students, does anyone want it now? Because the money are filthy now. Does anyone still want it? And what do you think? 35 students raised their hand up. And then the teacher explained to his students that regardless of what you go through life, your value remains the same. As he tried to make that bill as dirty as possible, but the students still wanted it because it was worth still $100. So that's what you need to understand, regardless of your struggles and your scars and your failures and your less pleasant experiences in life, you are valuable. Your value remains the same. So let's explore together the following steps that are going to help you focus on yourself. So the first step that I want to share with you, it's personally related to the way you see yourself. So how many of you thought or said at least once, I am not good enough, or I am not worthy, or I don't deserve to be loved and appreciated? I understand that at times it's getting difficult to focus or to concentrate on whatever matters for you, especially when you are not focusing on yourself, when your wants and needs becomes an option rather than a priority, when you consider that if you start taking better care of yourself, you will be completely selfish. But let me share with you an extremely simple fact. You can't pour from an empty cup. So in order to understand why happiness seems unreachable for you, why regardless of how hard you try, you're not moving forward, why the more you struggle, the weaker you become, and why your dreams and goals seems a fading future, you need to comprehend that you matter. Your wants and needs are imperative. Your physical and mental health, it's important. Your skills and talents are crucial for succeeding in life. But the thing that matters the most, it's your focus. And I understand that sometimes we are having an extremely difficult time to concentrate. Of all of our lives, we have been trained to get distracted. We are overqualified in being distracted. And the more we become aware of all this distraction around us, the more we try to concentrate on what truly matters for us. So did you know that since February 2020, there has been an increase of 330% of people Googling how to get your brain to focus? There has been a rise of 110% of people searching online how to focus better, and a rise of 60% of people interested in how to increase focus. And please tell me, have you been struggling to focus lately? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because I know I have. And in the last couple of months, the majority of my friends and clients have been dealing with the same issue. And the real question is, how can we actually focus more on ourselves and on our priorities? So let's explore together the 3 main steps in which we can actually do that. How can we focus more on what truly matters to us? And the first step is to reflect on what you truly want. What you should try to understand is that discovering yourself is one of the most amazing journeys you will ever take. You have a daily opportunity to discover yourself. And how can you do that? Begin by asking yourself questions such as, when do I feel the best about myself? When do I feel the worst? What do I truly want in every single aspect of my life? Or what would I like to achieve in the next 3 months or 6 months from now? And by acknowledging the answers, you will understand better your wants and your needs. You will become aware of your deepest desires that are waiting silently to be manifested into your reality. And you will comprehend that every single answer is just another piece of the puzzle. And have you guessed by now? The entire picture of the puzzle is you, the real you, the frightened you and the courageous you. Every single version of yourself, the best version of yourself and the worst version of yourself, is creating the real self of you. So in the moment you are going to embrace all of that and accept all of that, you're going to become free. And freedom is power. Also, after you have identified your answers, try to create an action plan. Set a goal. After that, write down the steps that you need to follow in order to achieve that specific goal. Further on, get the work done. Put one step in front of the other and just get it done. And after that, stick by it. You don't need to rush. There's no rush. There's just commitment and consistency. And after that, just reach your goal. You got this. You just need to become aware of it. The second step is to learn how to avoid the comparison trap. How many of you thought of your colleagues or friends or peers things like, if only I had their mindset or their lifestyle or their wealth or anything else, I would be happy too. But happiness can mean different things for different people. And even if you will get all that, you don't have the guarantee that all those things will make you truly happy. Is nothing wrong with aiming for similar goals as your friends or your colleagues, as long as these new ideas don't overshadow your existing values. The issue appears when you forget about who you are and what you truly want, and you set other people's goals and dreams as your own. You get drawn into this endless race, and you intend and you strive to achieve more than them, to have more than them. And in this process, you gather so many feelings, negative feelings, like anger, bitterness, resentment, envy, jealousy. And by the end of the race, you barely recognize yourself. So instead of wasting so much time and so much energy, why don't you try focusing on your dreams and your goals? And how do you know you're on the right path? Because when you are aligned with your purpose and with your goal, you feel harmony, you feel fulfillment, peace, joy, happiness. You are in complete alignment with yourself. And deep down, you know that you have finally found your way. And that's priceless. That's bringing you such an inner peace that nothing can replace it. The third step, it's learning how to set yourself as a priority. And let's reflect for a moment on that. We all have priorities in our life, but how many of us actually put ourselves first? Sometimes we consider that if we dedicate all of our time and our love and our support to our dear ones, our jobs, our colleagues, our peers, we automatically feel happy and fulfilled. But unfortunately, that's not always true. And one day we will realize that there are more summers behind us than in front of us. And we wonder, that was it? That was all my life? What happened to all my goals and all my dreams? How can I get so distracted for so many years? And the answer is quite simple. You made choices. We all made choices. And like every choice, the consequences followed. Maybe it wasn't the smarter choice, or maybe it wasn't the right one, or maybe it wasn't even ours. But try to remember that it's never too late to rebuild the relationship you have with yourself. It's never too late to focus on your goals and your dreams. It's never too late to set yourself as a priority, because you need to become aware of the fact that you are as important as anybody else. And try to replace those feelings of guilt, shame, and unworthiness with feelings of self-love, self-kindness, and empowerment. Remember that the relationship you have with yourself will set the tone for every relationship you have in your life. And also try to become aware of the fact that you have only one major project in your life, and the project of your life, it's you, and that's the only one that truly matters. Also, take in account the fact that your personal power will always equal the perception you have about yourself with the willingness to take responsibility for your actions plus your core values. So self-perception plus self-responsibility plus core values. That is where your personal power lies. Learn to use it, learn to embrace it, learn to mirror it everywhere in your reality, and you will see how big of a difference it will make. Also, please remember the following. Beliefs are self-fulfilling prophecies. Just try to understand that by having the proper beliefs, you are creating an amazing reality. Be aware of that. And remember always that by shifting your mindset, you can change your reality. Enjoy the journey. Thank you so much.
And this was amazing. Thank you very much, Bella, for this amazing conference and your voice of wisdom, right? I think that is a speech which is a moment of reflection. So what can we do our life? And as a feedback, right? Like you said, no, this person made me angry. No, no one can get you angry. No one can get to you. You own your power. You take the decision. You are in the driver's seat of your life. So very powerful message, Bella. And now we are going to bring to the stage the author of the book, Secret Influence, Communicate and Persuade with Power. And this is something that is very interesting, his journey, that since we start to even helping him with his book, I think that Nick has become a great speaker, what we call it the great speaker, someone that on the stage, someone that can actually articulate some complex speeches. But this was not overnight. Like when he shared the story, he said that when he went to Toastmaster, he was hiding behind, don't pick me, don't pick me, don't pick me. And since he started in our programs as speakers and leaders, then he is pick me. And not only that, he's today one of the president of one of the biggest Toastmaster club here in London, and a great dedicated to his career and to his message. So it's an honor and a pleasure to have you here, Nick. We're looking forward to your speech. So I'm going to introduce a publisher that knows him better than anybody else because they did the book. So I'm going to introduce, welcome to the stage, Lily.
Nick is the next contestant, and he is the best-selling author of this amazing book called Secret Influence. So you have to listen to his speech so you can find out how you can secretly influence people without them knowing. And what's amazing about him is that he's an amazing copywriter specialized in email marketing, and he is an influencer and YouTuber. So I cannot wait to listen to his speech. And let's give a big round of applause to Nick Reynolds.
Thank you. I'm Nick, and I'm really excited tonight because I'm talking about a subject I'm really passionate about. I help small, medium, big businesses to grow their brand and increase their presence in social media using the principles from my book, Secret Influence, Communicate and Persuade with Power. Did you know that 80% of businesses fail in their first year with ineffective marketing? And did you know that you only have about 3 seconds to catch someone's attention on social media? And did you know that social media can be the secret weapon for small businesses? I'm a professional copywriter, and I'm passionate about helping consultants, coaches, entrepreneurs to expand their level of influence and reach using my impact system. I've spoken in front of thousands of people about my techniques because I believe if you don't influence effective in life, life will influence you. I'm also a broadcaster with a YouTube channel called Secret Influence TV, with around 3,500 people. So I put it to you again that it's impossible to have success in business if you can't influence your audience. Because in business, you need to influence your audience so they stop, they listen, they engage, and of course, they become a customer or client, and ideally a fan of your brand. But how do small businesses manage to do this with limited resources? Well, the other day, I was browsing the internet, and I was shocked and surprised when I saw this article in the Vogue magazine. And it was talking about how huge brands like Gucci, Burberry, Prada are using very simple techniques in social media to create their brand. So for you, those of you who have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, let me explain. So I'm going to be sharing some ways that you can use content creation to expand your brand. So content creation, what it means is, if you think of a museum curator, what a museum curator does is he gets everyday objects from the past and he presents them in a way that makes them interesting, exciting, intriguing. It's all in the presentation. So curation is a way of increasing the value of selected items. If you think of social media, if you see someone on Instagram, someone who's a huge following, maybe a celebrity, and they wear a certain item of clothing, then because they've got that huge following, because they're an influencer, they attach an increased sense of value or coolness to that item they're wearing. So just to ask you a question, why do most small businesses fail? Well, I'm sure many of you in the audience work for yourself and can identify with the common struggles of, time, money, stress, overwhelm. Often entrepreneurs, one-man bands or one-woman bands, solopreneurs, doing everything to start with, juggling all those balls. And I've been in that position myself. So, big businesses have big budgets. How do we compete? How do we do it? How does small business do it? What we've got to do is we've got to use the big business strategies and apply them to our own business. So what if I tell you that there's a way that you can use social media to create your own brand and the cost is zero? I'm going to share 3 techniques I personally used to build my own brand on social media. First one is how I grew my YouTube channel. When I started my own business around 5.5 years ago, 6 years ago, I'd come from a long-term career job. So I was made redundant and I struggled to, I was working different contracts, but I decided to start my own business. And I had a family and I had a big house I just bought. So, pressure was on, obviously, to make the business work. And when you start off, there's so much you have to do. You have to obviously get business, do your marketing and sales, got to be admin side, you're trying to do everything. And people are saying, you've got to do social media, you've got to do social media, you've got to do social media. So I set myself up on the main channels and, Facebook was one, YouTube was the other, it was the one to use. And I posted every day, I did little videos and I've spent a lot of time on it, but I didn't have much effect. To be honest with you, it was pretty low engagement. I got a few followers, a few subscribers. It's pretty frustrating. No one likes to waste their time, particularly when time is so precious. So how do I turn this around? I had a bit of a light bulb moment and I thought, if I want to influence, I've got to look at what other influencers are doing. And that's when I realized that, actually social media, YouTube is no different. You've got to offer value. So my approach was to use interviews with influencers. And that's how I grew my network. I interview influencers, and they could be authors, entrepreneurs, speakers, coaches, people who are successful and experts in their niche. And they share, their tips and their expertise, they share their stories. And why this works so well is it's an exchange of services, it's a collaboration. It's a win-win strategy. And what I found is that, by using, leveraging influence people I influence, I interview, so it increased the reach of my channel. So subscribe to my channel, Sig Influence TV, and you can learn tips on influencing direct from other influencers and learn how to create your own brand. Second thing I'm going to talk to you about, the second story I'm going to share is about creating a community on social media. So I have a Facebook group, a #1 copywriting community. And I created it because I wanted to promote my copywriting business and I wanted to connect with people who are interested in copywriting. They wanted to learn more and they wanted to, perhaps use copywriting services. And the one thing that I know about social media, that it is called social for a reason. If you want to be successful on social media, you've got to look at it as being a giver, not a taker. You've got to always look to give value. The more value you give, the more you'll get loyalty, the more you'll create that tribe. And that's what the ideal thing is. The bigger the loyalty of the people who follow you, the bigger you have a tribe, a community, those people will be your fans. Repeat business, word of mouth marketing, ambassadors of your brand. That is the best situation you could be in. That's what every business wants. And that's what I've done. I've shared tips all the time. One example is powerful headlines. If people don't read the headline, they're not going to read the rest of the content. And people scroll through social media, or literally 2 or 3 seconds to catch your attention. So I wrote a post about 7 tips to write killer headlines. And I got 400 likes on the post within the first day I shared it. So I expanded on it and I shared an ebook as a download, and I've got 800 downloads. So when you write something for social media and people can see the value in it, then that is when you will increase your engagement. It's so important. So I invite you to join my #1 copywriting community, and you can learn how to be a powerful influencer through copywriting. The third technique I'm going to share with you is all about storytelling. So storytelling is such a powerful thing. It's what we've done since the beginning of time. You know, we've shared stories when we were in caves. You know, it's a way we pass our wisdom on. It's a way we connect with people. You know, from children, you know, we've been listening to stories, and that's how we learn more morals. That's how we learn about the world. And it's the same thing on business. If you want to connect with your audience, you've got to be clear on what your brand story is. People don't really care, you know, what your business is and what your products or services. What they do care is, you know, why you do it. You know, why did you set up this business? You know, what's your motivation? What's your passion? What are your values? That's what people connect about. And people often, it's the same, people buy on emotion and then justify on logic. And telling a powerful brand story is one way of getting people, connect people with emotion. I want to share brand stories. One of my favorite. It's about a $5 shave club. So a new startup started up a few years ago now, and they wanted to disrupt the shaving market. You know, the big brand razors, very expensive, and they tend to dominate the market. So the $5 shave club, they wanted to charge people $5, get some blades in the post. What they did was they created a video that shared their brand story. It was a short video, 3 minutes, and it was basically very honest, very open, very funny, but he's got humor to say, you know, what they were doing, but why, you know, why they were doing it, what they're passionate about. And it cost about $4,000, and it created over $2 million in pre-sales. So over 2 million orders before even the company launched. And that is the power of a good brand story. So I'm going to just conclude now and say that we talked about the Vogue article, which showed how massive luxury brands are using very low cost content creation as a way to grow their brands internationally. And this technique is one that you could use by anyone, by small businesses trying to do everything like octopuses. It's a technique that allows small brands, the small businesses, to compete with the big brands. The 3 techniques I shared are principles of my impact system of influence. Because if we want to be successful, we need to know how to influence. And content creation is just one way that we can grow our brands and influence our audience. So the point is, do you just want to survive, or do you really want to thrive in your business? You know, do you want to just get by or take your business sky high? If you join a Secret Influence community on social media, you can get the tips I share in my impact system. So you become known as the expert authority in your area. So the truth is, anyone can be successful. Imagine where you can take your life if you learn and implement these sort of techniques of influence to grow your brand. We have great challenges and great opportunities in life. And if you use the techniques I've talked about, you can turn those challenges into opportunities for further success.
Thank you very much, Nick. Thank you very much, Nick. And today, I think that the speech was wonderful, especially for you to have to be so humble to share with everyone, with the world, what they can do in order to increase their presence in social media and in brand, right? And I think that in this, people have it all the way around, right? That everybody's hiding the secret, hiding what they're doing because they want to grow only themselves and don't share with others. So it's very humble of you, Nick, to share with everyone what they can do when they have a small business and they have to do everything by themselves. So what they can do, that was something exactly what you did, right? And by starting step by step, you start to use this technique of a big brands to your small business, and now you are able to grow your community. And by inviting us to follow your secret influence community platform in social media, so people, the audience, can see how is the pattern that you conduct in those interviews, so they can have a pattern for themselves and they can also grow. So thank you so much, Nick, for sharing your knowledge, for being so humble, and to give to our audience different tips about how they can go around and build, despite that you're small, use the same technique that big brands with big budgets are using and grow on your own level. So thank you so much. It was an amazing speech. And now we are going to hear our judges. We're going to hear what the judges have to say about the speech. So I want to welcome to Altia, and now we are launching the poll from voting.
Hello, everybody. Hello, speakers. Hello, world. My goodness, I got a bit lost in just thinking about the wisdom that has been imparted tonight. Last night we had people who were coming from the heart in the things that they had been through and that they had survived. And these two people tonight, they have gone through the same processes and they have this concrete method. So Bella had the black swan mindset, and she went through it in this logical, passionate way. She started out by asking us, who is driving your life? Is it your family? Is it your friends? Even is it your enemies? We do not know sometimes. We are just being pushed around by every wind of change because we are afraid to take control of our lives. And she says, is it everyone except you? And if you are driving your life, this was the kicker for me. Is it your best self that is driving your life, or is it your fears? My goodness, it was just a great, great introduction. And then she talked about a great story about the 35 students and the dollar bill, I think it was, and if they would want it if it were really dirty. And to say that in our lives, we go through so many things, but no matter how crushed you are, no matter how much you've gone through, how you've been through the dirt, she tells us that regardless of that struggle, regardless of the scars, you are still valuable as the day when you were a pristine and crisp $50 note, if there's such a thing. So she had some great slides. She moved seamlessly from the introduction into the how-to section. What do you need to do to drive your own life. And it was just such a wonderful speech that I could just sit back, and with each question, each section, she would ask you a question for you to think. And then she brought you back out of your thought process by saying to you, you are good enough. You know, you are worthy. You don't have to worry about every wind of change. And that in life, sometimes it's difficult to fail, you know, and you greatly, in my opinion, she told us one of the things that most of us forget, because we say yes to everything and forget to say yes to ourselves. She says, you can't pour from an empty cup. And then she paused, as every great speaker has the ability to use silence. And she used that moment of silence for us to reflect. And then she said, you need to comprehend that you matter. And just going through her whole speech, she gave us great statistics, which showed that she researched her audience. Then she invited us to participate by throwing a question to us and saying to us, let us explore the answer to this together. I loved her conclusion, where she say, you know, you must know yourself. You must comprehend where you're going. Ask yourself how you feel on your best and your worst days, and wait, listen, and acknowledge the answer. Because that's the real you answering you. Whether it's the bad part, the good part, it all makes such a great compendium of you. And then she spoke about your action plan, your goal setting. You must work step by step. And she ended with a caution to avoid those who make you feel bad. And sometimes that might seem very simple, but it is one of the most difficult and complex things to actually give space to yourself. And she was inviting you to give space to yourself and telling you that she has gone through that process. She has helped others to go through that process. And with that quiet confidence, she is saying to you, avoid those who bring disharmony, so that you can focus. You know, that you have to give some love to yourself, because that's going to be the longest and the most important relationship that you're going to have is with yourself. So I just want to commend her for inviting us into her world, inviting us into her expertise with that great quiet confidence that she had. And she rounded off with the core values that's going to give us success. Moving on to Nick Ronald. And I had met Nick before, and he is a man of passion and a man that, unlike many, as Harry was saying, want to share his passion, want to help you to help yourself. Because as he says, you know, that many businesses, 80% fail in the first year. And many are failing because they do not know how to harness the power of their tribe. And that in order to harness the power of your tribe in this day and age, you literally are going to have to be social media savvy. And as Harry was saying earlier, it is one of the most difficult things to build your audience online. And once you've built them, it is difficult to hold them, hold their attention. As Nick said, you've got 3 seconds sometimes to get them and hold them. Otherwise, they will scroll off. And, you know, he introduced us to himself as a professional copywriter. He showed us that great system And then he gave himself as example, this YouTube channel, how he has grown it, that, you know, it's impossible to have success if you can't influence people, and that he has harnessed the power of other influencers on his channel to grow his channel by introducing people with similar passion. He has a Facebook page that he imparts his wisdom and encourage others to impart their wisdom. And isn't that the way to go forward? You know, why are we in business if we are not wanting success? And why would we sabotage ourselves by not learning these simple but great tools? Great tools. I loved his chart where he would take you step by step through the whole process and then give you the opportunity to move forward. How to create your YouTube, how to get influencers, how to give value. Oh, I just was scribbling down so many of the things that he said, because I need to grow my pages, you know. I want to get others to really be on stage, but I would have to build my stage first. As Bella says, you can't pour anything into anyone from an empty cup. So I just want to thank the speakers tonight for their passion, for their emphasis, for it shows how great the process that Harry has brought them through and the other processes of them working on themselves. It shows how much that has worked. I am really thankful to be here. I am thankful to be exposed to these speakers tonight. And again, it's a headache to have to choose between. So for you out there, good luck in choosing between them, because if you chose one or the other, just by being here, they've already won. And I have won just by being here to learn from both of them and their passion, and to see Harry grow in his passion, and Lily, that she always helps everyone. She knows that there's a book inside of you, and her system helps you to do that. Thank you to the other judges who will speak. And I can't wait to see their perspective on this, because I've been in my head today, I've been out of my head, in my heart, thinking about the process here. And I just can't wait to hear how it has influenced you. I'm going to be reading the comments, and also how you will take yourself forward, as Bella asked you. So thank you for the opportunity to speak, Harry, and back over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Atia, for, like I always say, the voice of wisdom. So, Bella and Nick, yes, this is a luxury Rolls Royce that you have receiving this feedback for actually professional speakers, people that actually have been on the stage in front of thousands of people. And so this is a luxury, have this wisdom. I wish that in my career, when I was starting up, I have someone like Atia to give me feedback. I tell you, we'll be way far now, right? So this didn't exist. This kind of program didn't exist before. So we need to learn by doing, by trial and error. So thank you so much, Atia. And it's your lucky day, the contestant, both of you. Please take note, because this is the Rolls Royce of judges. Yesterday, they were commenting that the panel of judges is one of the best that they have seen in the world. And I can tell you that these judges, the feedback that I give you, one sentence that they say can change your life as a speaker forever. If you write this down and you actually digest what is the feedback and what is actually they trying to communicate with you, what they got out of your speech. So our next judge, Juliet. Juliet is gonna give her feedback. So welcome to the stage, our fellow broadcaster, African Wonder Woman.
Indeed, the African Wonder Woman is sitting right down at this stage here. And speakers are leaders, Harry Sadina. You always give me the hardest job. You and Lily, like today, just like yesterday, Professor Chris said we've got one of the toughest jobs. They are so close with one another here. And I'm just, really excited because both contestants are absolutely unique in what they do. Great presentational skills. Let me start there. But I'm going to start off with Bella or Mirabella for a fact here tonight. And one of you, either Lily or Harry, started off by telling us her name means beautiful, And when I heard that, my ears were alert. Who is this beautiful person? And it's just, that introduction in itself. But let me go along with wonderful Athea, you've had it. Who is actually driving your car? And that was what she set the stage with. Are you in your driver's seat? Do you know who is driving that car? And it makes us question ourselves. It gives us the inner thoughts of ourselves. Who is actually the driver of your world? Yeah? And you're just like, hey, hang on a minute there. So I felt that sense of question. The slides were absolutely amazing here tonight. She is a mindset coach, and of course, got the wonderful story that she gave us. And I picked up on one thing that she says in one of the slides: regardless of your struggles, scars, failures, and the slide was there, and I really thought about that. Many a times people are not picking up themselves because they regard themselves as failures. And I realized that we all at some stage sometimes can't be there. I am not good enough. That voice that comes in, and Mirabella reminds people that you have often said that to yourself, and brings the positive energy to drive your sense back to your real world. How do you get your brain to focus better? And she gave us beautiful statistics of how many people have actually worldwide right now. We've got to remember there is COVID-19 right now, and many people are defocused. And it reminded me at this very moment. So thank you so much, Bella, for reminding people to be on their driver's seat. How can we focus on ourselves and our own priorities and what really matters to ourselves? That is self-worth, I felt. I really touched on your work here tonight, and you gave us the beautiful steps by asking ourselves the questions: what do I want to achieve within 6 months and 1 year? You had thought through the process of what it takes for someone to actually succeed. I wrote here beautiful slides and presentations. I really loved your slides here tonight. Avoid the comparison trap. You reminded everybody. And of course, finally, voice of wisdom, I wrote, what can we do with our lives? As Harry said here tonight, you are in the driver's seat. So Harry brought it out as you were presenting it. So I just felt that has really been picked up well. But you know one thing here tonight, you have brought that sense of worthiness back to every single person here tonight. Well done, Bella. Nick, Ronald, a copywriter. Let me start off by saying you have challenged many of us, even judges. I started off here with this program with her. And can I testify, I have seen you grow. I have seen the beautiful, the statistics that you're just showing us here today from almost like zero. I was really touched. And I want to just start off by starting off with what Althea started off with. And she started by saying, you bring us to harness the power of social media, because I had picked on that. So I will not repeat what Althea had said. But one thing for sure, you are helping business to grow their businesses. You are touching the very essence of what businesses need right now. I want to testify as African Wonder Woman again that I have seen those statistics are not just being made here today. And many a times people buy, but with yours, it's right there in your face. And I just love to say that you are helping businesses to really grow, Nick. I love the fact that you bring the content creation and you say it in your own words. Anyone can be successful. And you bring the idea of imagine where you can take your life. We have great opportunities in life. You said that to us here tonight. What great opportunities have we all got? And you finish off by saying, and your challenges are your new opportunities. You know what? In the last episode, Harry, I said, you begin to pick up your vulnerability and can tell your true story. You become successful in your world because you become the master of truly making the world a better place. So I just want to leave you with a wow here tonight and how and what people can do with their small businesses, starting with small communities, growing your communities. You actually nailed it here tonight by showing us the very footsteps of what many of us should be doing. If you want to be the bigger, you must be an influencer. You shared your beautiful tips. The best thing that I also saw was that beautiful TV. You've called it secret TV influence, and people can see that and feel a sense of the wonderful. I picked over 3,400 statistics there. And of course, I can see how you're using the content creation that you are doing with different kinds of speakers. Why do businesses and small businesses fail? You asked again towards the last end, and you said, we need to be using social media as a secret tool to our viewers. You fished off by telling us different stories. We can also tell our own stories. Give us a summary by being clear on your brand business. Why did you set up your business? And that's what people want to hear. A straight talker I felt there as you ended your program out, as you ended your presentation here today. And I just felt, you know what? I am absolutely thrilled to see you grow here tonight. Well done to these two contestants here today, Harry, and back to you, both of you here tonight. And I'm delighted. Before, I'm always really, really happy to say that to be a judge, as Professor says here tonight, you're all winners. And the one thing I'm going to leave you with here tonight before I give back to Harry. Teams, remember, you're always winners, all of you. It's the time for a judge to just say here tonight, who caught our eyes? And sometimes we'll have difference of opinion, but I tell you what, you are striking the world. Back to you, Harry, here tonight.
And now, before we introduce our third judge, I want to say thank you so much of every single one of you that voting from your house, that are watching the broadcast in our Facebook Live, because our team is telling us that people are voting actively for both contestants, and it's very, very tight. So I think that this also will be reflected in the judges, the dictamen at the end, because it's really, both contestants has really, really good quality of the speech, and at least this has been reflected in the polls, at least on the public, because it's very, very tight. So if you're at home and you watch the speech for Bella and Nick, please choose your favorite. Still you have time. We need 2 more judges to vote, but the public, at least sometimes they are very, very tight at the moment as we speak. Bella and Nick of the public side. So we're going to bring one more judge to the stage. So welcome to the stage, the amazing, unbelievable former winner of this motivational speaking context, the amazing Beata.
Thank you so much, Harry, for the introduction again. And may I just say a massive, massive congratulations to the 2 speakers tonight, Bella and Nick. Oh my God, it's such a pleasure to have been able to listen to you and your speeches. You were both amazing. And I must say, I know from experience how nerve-wracking it is to be presenting to people, and you have done an amazing job. And if I may speak, first of all, can I just say, Atia and Juliet, you have absolutely 100% captured an amazing feedback you've provided. Is just mind-blowing, very insightful. And if I might just add from myself, from a fellow colleague and from a fellow graduate of Speakers Are Leaders, for me personally, if I may start with Bella, you have absolutely just presented and delivered an amazing, powerful speech. And something that reminded you, what you've done, something that reminded me of words of Harry Sardina's back in the day when I was learning how to speak. What you have done amazingly, beautifully well is use the wise voice, the voice of a wise person delivering the speech. I have listened to you with such attention. I was glued to every single word you spoke. You have such a beautiful way of speaking, such a natural way of presenting your message. And again, it's not an easy way to do. And that was the main thing that really transpired for me throughout your speech. There was a lot of beautiful content about mindset and about, being all of us being overqualified in being distracted. I know it has really affected a lot of people. And the way you've presented the whole speech, the way you structured it, and presented your slides, all of it together was such a beautiful masterpiece. So I just wanted to congratulate you, well done. And honestly, I am absolutely gobsmacked and just absolutely full of excitement for you. And I can see a beautiful future for you as a speaker because you just have that natural talent. I think somebody mentioned at the beginning, was it Lily, that you have something special in you. I could totally see it throughout your speech. So congratulations, well done, Bella, and good luck with the competition. Going through to Nick. Nick, I have had the pleasure to know Nick for a little bit of time now. We are both members of Speakers Are Leaders. And I must say, again, from a fellow Speakers Are Leaders graduate point of view, you have grown so much. Not only as what you've managed to do with your Secret Influence TV channel, but also as a speaker, you have just become so confident, full of passion, wisdom. You have done an amazing job today. A lot of beautiful, powerful content. All of us have really benefited from today. So again, it will be a really tough choice because both of you have presented something really incredible, full of confidence and just powerful messages. And Nick, honestly, I have seen you grow, and I must say I am absolutely in awe of you and how you have conducted yourself and how you've presented tonight. So congratulations to you, Nick. Congratulations, Bella. And yeah, back to Harry. Thank you so much for the opportunity again to be able to be a judge in the panel today.
And then we are going to hear the last feedback for our amazing Professor Chris Imafidon. So welcome to the stage, our fourth judge, to give feedback to our contestants.
Wow. Thank you very much. I am very delighted to have heard these very powerful and moving messages today. Bella, thank you for the imagery, symbolism, and the way you painted things in the minds of people. You created it, literally created a powerful, you crafted a message. You didn't just read the message. And again, it's very tight because when people have all gone before you, it's difficult for you to not repeat or reiterate what has been said in terms of life purpose, in terms of your driver, what makes you wake up at night, what keeps you awake at night. You brought some things out that are very therapeutic to people right now, very therapeutic. It's healing to them. And I'm keen in the experiment with 35 students that Anthea alluded to earlier, because if we see lives as the cup half full is different from when we see life as the cup half empty. It's not a matter of NLP, it's not a matter of positivity, it's understanding the reality of what we are doing now and the type of life we are living now. So it's a shame that we are having it as a competition. I would have loved to have some teachings with you and then interactions from the audience. But I know that's not part of the arrangement, but you brought out some things, you brought out the value of the individual, which reminds me of what the late Princess Diana was saying about every life having a value. Every phone makes a call. Every life has a value. Every cell has a contribution to make. So that self-confidence, that self-reassurance is lacking in our educational system, is lacking in schools, and is lacking in the way the society looks at people. So please, I don't want you to think this is a presentation or a competition. No, it's deeper than that. It has valid life messages, not one message, messages. that will transform our society going forward. I hope you continue to express this. You can break it down to a series, do 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, do it on Vimeo, the video sharing platform, and be able to get this message out because it's a great message. And I know people will come back and hear it at the moment of need. So I thank you very much for that. And Nick, they are talking about COVID recovery, lockdown. You brought in what businesses, they call it COVIDnomics now, how COVID has affected economics, COVIDnomics. You brought out what is going to happen and what is really happening. It's very instructive that the day you gave this is the same day that the Secretary of State for Health resigned. Because this time yesterday, we had one leader that was leading the country against COVID. Today, we have a totally different leader. So the way businesses are going to come out of this dark hole, this real dark period of COVID, is something that you were trying to bring out for us. That if we don't use the new tools and we continue to behave the way we behaved before COVID, without accepting the new tools that you were trying to explain, the new tools that were not taught to us in school, was not taught in business schools, but is the needed reality for today and for tomorrow, many more businesses will fail. And it's not business that just fails. Business fails, and they also fail their employees, and they also fail their customers. So there's a ripple effect when business fails. It's very, very core to how things are going to move on, because some brands have been wiped off by COVID. Some are not even coming back again. I don't know whether you are worried about Debnos, a high street name that everybody went to buy things from, has completely collapsed. That many other businesses have completely given up because they did not use the tools you were talking about. They did not have a change in mindset when there was a change in dispensation. So that is an MBA class that you gave now. It's a Master's in Business Administration class for people that want to be in business and still stay relevant. If they miss out this secret that you are just sharing now, because it's still a secret. If it wasn't a secret, they should have a minister in charge of social media in government. They should have a minister in charge of social media that is able to synthesize the new development and they hand it over to the public. No, they wouldn't. They think social media is a passing phase, is a children's thing, or it's not relevant, but it is dominating. Everybody says, have you Googled it? Everybody knows that if you have a video and you link it in YouTube, in minutes, it comes out optimized for Google. So the industries that is going to dominate their niche are the ones that are going to tap into what you were just in the flow of things. I know the time was going, I saw each time the time was coming up, I know you have to change your pace. But I wish you can have a whole day for you to explain this for businesses, because many people will lose their lives because they are going to lose their business. Many people will lose their livelihood and therefore impact their mental health. So it's a service that I want you to bring to the fore, and I will see how other individuals can access it and be blessed by this very, very futuristic life that you painted for us. Because there's no business right now that exists on the high street that does not need you or does not need that information. None. I don't care whether it's a service-based business or it's a product-based business. I don't care whether it's a local business, it's a regional business, or a national business. I don't care. It doesn't matter. If you do not have that logo on everything you send out, the Instagram logo, the YouTube logo, the Facebook logo, the Clubhouse logo, be sure that an inferior company that has better strategy will win. This is what is painful. Very dedicated company that refuse to renew their minds and work with you, with they refuse to remove their mind. They have very good products, but they have poor strategy, are going to go the way of Babylons. And it's so painful to me. So I don't want to waste your time, but I know you've done great work, and I salute you, both of you, for what you've done. I know the tough job for voters, whether you are online, live with us, or whether you're on YouTube, whatever platform you are, is going to be very, very tough, because you cannot tell the difference between Bella and Nick. Not really. You can't. Not in terms of communication, not in terms of connectivity, that means connecting your audience, not in terms of carrying your audience along, and not in terms of delivering it, because they held everybody spellbound. You couldn't go and do something. If you said you were going to do something, it's okay. Then you make a sentence, and you make a sentence, then you want to come back, or you want to hear then what is going to say next. It was suspense, and it was great. And I'm pleased, it is more than a competition. It is more, I will look for opportunity, to share the information you gave today to a bigger audience, a wider audience, and you will be able to help other people do things better. I thank you for the opportunity to share. I'm done speaking. Thank you.
Cannot hear you, Harry.
Very much. Thank you very much, Chris, for this words of wisdom. And yes, I have to have a big congratulations to Nick. I agree with Professor Chris that the challenges that is coming the business are facing, right? Even Altea was sharing with us that that big businesses with big reputation, if they don't catch up with the social media presence, and then they're going to be out compete. And this is the message that Nick is trying to share with us, that it doesn't matter how small you are, still there are some strategies that you can use, in order to take your social media, your message to the next level. So I want to leave 1 minute to say something about both the speakers, because we are going to close the polls. All 4 judges have voted already. I'm aware of that. That's what I'm telling me. Oh, no. Let me see. We have 5 votes. So we need to vote again. Miles, can you hear me? Okay, we need to check something in the poll. Yeah, judges, we are launching the poll again. Remember, only 4 votes because we have 4 judges. So we have 1 judge already voted. So judges, if you can please vote again and text voted, that would be fine, because we need to relaunch the poll because we have 5 votes. Okay, so we have 3 voted, so 1 more judge. Very good. So now we have 4 judges. Okay, so all judges have voted already. Very nice, cool. And judges are ready to so I can close the poll now because I have 4 votes. Yes. So Mike, close the poll. Yes. So all the 4 judges voted right now. And Lily, I'm going to bring 1 minute. Lily, 2 minutes. Yes. Because our team is going to compute the voting from the public and from the judges, and then we're going to put the final results. So welcome to the stage, Lily.
I only have 1 question for you. Are you fired up and ready to go, motivated and inspired? I really hope that you are, because we have the right people tonight, the right judges, the right participants, and you, the right audience watching in Facebook. So all I have to say is that if you have a story, a message, a passion, knowledge that you believe can transform the world, then contact me at hello@speakersareaders.com or hello@lily.global, and we can help you to turn that message, knowledge, story into a book that transforms the world. And Harry can help you to transform that message into a story that inspires thousands of people around the world and can help you to get booked all over the world to share that message, so you can attract more business, so you can meet influencers, dine with ex-presidents or presidents and politicians, be featured in the media, and so much more. So this is what's possible for you. Harry, are we ready or not yet?
No, I haven't. We're not ready yet. So one more minute.
Perfect. So one amazing thing that that Nick has managed to do is to become a YouTube influencer and to share his message and to become a best-selling author, which is always good. And another one of my authors who was meant to be here today is Christian Moser, and he was an IT consultant, and he'd been thinking about writing a book for 50 years. Yeah, I know, it's a long time. And what happened was that he met me and Harry, and what we did is we turned that message that he had, his organization system, into a book called One Life, One List. And he's currently turning that into a software as a service that will impact thousands of companies around the world, and will help companies to double their productivity. And not only that, he's a best-selling author on Amazon as well. And he's managed to raise more than 100,000 pounds as well, based on his speaking business and the book. And another thing that he has done, he has met a lot of influencers and people at our events as well. We've managed to give him a lot of opportunities to speak in London, and to invite him to speak in Singapore and Ireland and Dubai and so many other places. And this is just the beginning. The really cool thing about being an author, and not only being an author, but being an author with Brandford Speakers Publishing, is that you get to have lifetime promotion. So imagine that today, whatever it is that you're doing, just imagine 50 years of my next, 50 years of your life being promoted by me all over the world, what that will do to your business. And now I'll hand back the virtual stage to Harry Sardinas, who's going to introduce the speaker who won tonight.
Thank you, Lily. And our team is going to publish the result right now. As was expected, was really, really tight. Yes, was really tight in terms of things. So our team is going to place the result. We're still waiting for our team to place it. And the winner is Bella. As you can see, Miles, can you bring me the spotlight? As you can see, the blue line, which is the Facebook, the blue line, which is the Facebook, it was really, really tight, right? It was up and down, up and down, up and down. So today, it was the judges who actually have to make the great decision. Yes, I think that it was really big difficult to assess today. Both speakers, they were really, really good. And again, it's all about your message, right? It's all about inspiring others to take action. And like Nick and Bella, they're doing, yes, our biggest mission is help people. And if someone can have a big takeaway today, one tip that they can learn from Nick that can actually start your presence in social media, something very important that Professor Chris was saying, right? It will create a big difference in your business. And this is, I think, the most important thing, same as the message of Bella. So Bella, so if you want to share a few words with us, and after Nick, and after we going to close the event, so welcome to the stage.
Thank you so much. I would like to thank Harry and Lily for organizing this amazing event and for offering me the opportunity to connect with such wonderful people. I highly appreciate each and every single one of you. I would like to thank the judges for the lovely feedback, for the wise words, for the encouragement they have provided, and for offering us that push that we need to become better, to improve ourselves, and to help humanity in a wonderful way. Because I know that together we can actually make it. I would like to thank the audience for voting. We highly appreciate your contribution as well. And just to conclude, I want to say just one simple thing. You are a wonderful human being, and nobody can make you feel any less than that without your approval. So own your power. Thank you so much again. Have a lovely evening. Thank you.
And these are the voices of the speakers and leaders. And I want to introduce to the stage our amazing Nick, communicate and influence with power, someone that had been sharing this secret that how he's empowering the social media. And actually, I believe that now more than ever, Nick, you have to share your knowledge and your expertise everywhere as much as you can because the world needs it. It was pointed by Professor Chris that now business are facing a big challenge at the moment because they have to reburn from a new platform that they were not aware of. And today, this thing that you specialize, this thing that you're helping people, this thing that you are helping people to raise awareness, which is social media, is going to be the secret weapon, like you say, Nick, for businesses to actually compete and to stay alive and to compete with these big brands. So thank you so much. We appreciate, Nick, the big job that you do in raising awareness about that. So I want to welcome to the stage.
Thank you, Harry. Obviously, thank you for the opportunity to share my message, and thank you for the feedback for the judges. I always value the feedback, and it's great to take that and improve my speech skills. So much appreciate all the motivating tips from the judges. I just want to just leave you with a thought that we all start a business for a reason, and we all want to help others in some way. There's some problem or some challenge we want to help people with. So that is our why, and we need to share that why, share that, be passionate about it, and that should guide everything we do and our brand story. And that's what we need to do, is to get our message out there and get our why out there. And the more clear we are about why we start a business, what our values are, then the more we will pick collective audiences and build our tribe, build our following. So that's it. Thank you again.
And with that, we are going to pass the stage to Lily to conclude this third day of the motivational speaking contest. The next one will be in October, and still we're looking for the first double champion. We haven't have any double champion yet in this contest, right? After 3 sessions, what that show is that the level of us speakers is really, really tight. But the most important thing is your message, is the courage that you have. Like Beata was saying, I know because I've been taking place in competition, and the level of courage that you need to put yourself, like today in front of an audience over 500,000 people, the reach that this broadcast will have is something that requires courage, and this is what you both have achieved today. So I'm very proud of both of you. Keep doing the good work. Keep sharing your message. Don't stop to share your message. More than ever now, the world needs it. And remember, from the voice of speakers and leaders, our promise to every single one of you is creating platforms. Like I said, we are working at the moment to create this event in person, right? So have the judges with the table, have the real audience sitting, and then have our speakers do this on the stage, right? So we can also evaluate the use of a stage of our speakers, because these motivational speaking contests are very good, right? But we haven't evaluated yet how our speakers are using the stage. So that's why we need to put this in place, a live where our speakers go to the stage and we see them move on the stage. This is something that we are working on that now. So on that note, thank you so much to our team that have been, Miles that have been there, Matthew, our directors that they have been there in the back of the scene, making sure that everything happening, to our lovely judges that without them, without the powerful feedback, we cannot empower our speakers. To our speakers, thank you so much, because for you to be so vulnerable and to share your story to empower and help people, right? And to my beautiful girlfriend, because if I don't speak good about her, I sleep in the sofa, clearly. So thank you so much, Lily, for your support. So I'm going to pass you the last words to conclude, Lily, the third day of the motivational speaking contest, and then we're gonna dance a little bit with Guantanamera. So I pass the spotlight to you, Lily.
You have secretly been influenced by Nick Ronalds without realizing, and your mindset has been impacted by Bella. And I only have one question for you. Are you fired up and ready to go? If the answer is yes, then you just have to get in contact with us at hello@speakersareLeaders.com so that you can join our trial free lesson with masterclass with Harry Sardinas at Speakers Are Leaders Club, and so that you can share your story all over the world, in person very soon and online for now. And if you have a message that you believe can transform the world, you have to get in touch with me so I can turn that into a book that transforms the world, transforms you most of all, and makes a real difference. So that's all from me, and see you soon.
And welcome to Speakers and Leaders Club. My name is Harry Sardinas. I'm the founder of Speakers and Leaders.
My name is Lily Petrasco, and I'm the founder of Speakers Are Leaders and Brand for Speakers.
Hi everybody, my name is Beata Podgorska. I'm a mindset and confidence coach.
I'm Tom Thompson, author of the upcoming book, Tree Economy.
My name is Teuta Abdili. I am an author. My first book, Born to Stand Out, and my second book, Family, Legacy of Love.
My name is Muhammad Jalma. I help people to build their dreams and to make them a better person.
My name is Nida Sabah. I am an author and I am a political economy advisor.
My name is Will Gerard. I'm a life coach, therapist, and motivational speaker.
My name is Adobe. I'm a reinvention coach.
I'm Nick, and I'm the best-selling author of Secret Influence, Communicate and Persuade with Power, and a professional copywriter.
My name is Dilana, author of the book Get Stuff Done.
I'm Christian Morgan. I'm the author of this book, One Life, One List.
Hello everyone, my name is Lantoke, transformational coach and motivational speaker.
I'm Jeffrey Ashley. I'm an international motivational speaker, also the author of the book Discipline Package.
Hello everyone, I am Michelle Yao. I am a speaker. I am a life coach, helping people to find their life purpose.
My name is Christina and I am entrepreneur and parental coach.
My mission in life is empower millions of people around the world to have a voice, because I really believe that your voice can transform the world.
since I joined Speakers and Leaders Club. And I since have enhanced my speaking skills. I was able to gain a lot of confidence with speaking engagements. I'm now speaking internationally.
I've got to use public speaking and online public speaking to get my message across, to connect with people, to tell stories that bring people in and engage them, and to be a more powerful speaker.
What I've learned here is giving me, and I'm even learning, I learned how to go on Zoom from Facebook Live today.
Since I joined Harry and Lily, I've gained unimaginable confidence and gone from a shy guy to now being the president of one of the biggest London Toastmaster clubs. I organise my events, and I founded one of the largest growing copywriting communities on Facebook.
Working with Harry and Lily and being a part of Speakers Are Leaders Club is just amazing. We share, we care, and we help each other to grow and how to get success.
I learned the structure of the speeches, how to engage the people, how to package your messenger, how to sell from one to many, but also by online.
Reason why I joined Speakers and Leaders. I was looking for somewhere that would get me, would understand my vision and run with me. And I got that when I joined Speakers and Leaders. Harry Sadinas, Lily Pachaski, thank you 1,000 times over for helping me realize my dream and my passion within my book.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to see all those inspiring people.
We will do different for the whole world and build a new future for our new generation.
Join Speakers Are Leaders Club so you can discover how to become a more charismatic speaker and leader, how to overcome the fear of speaking, how to speak more confidently, how to get paid and booked to speak from the stage, how to build your coaching and speaking business. Register at speakersareleaders.com and I'll see you there.
And welcome to Speakers and Leaders Club.